be your grader for Whiskey 2, M17 M500 shotgun. M17 task: clear, disassemble, assemble, and perform a functions check on an M17 pistol. Condition: you are a member of a team that just returned from mission and you have been directed to conduct maintenance on your pistol. Standard: correctly clear and disassemble the M17 pistol, matching the parts with the correct nomenclature labels within 30 seconds. Correctly assemble and perform functions check on the M17 pistol within 45 seconds. Clear and perform a functions check will be performed in sequence. Candidate, do you have any questions? Alright. Step 1. Clear the pistol. Point the pistol in a safe direction for the duration of the event. Place the safety lever in the up position. Depress the magazine release and remove the magazine from the pistol. Grasp the slide serrations and fully retract the slide. Lock the slide to the rear using the slide stop. Visually inspect the chamber, magazine well, and bolt face to ensure that it is clear. Release the slide forward. Disassemble the weapon system into the following components. Ensure all parts are in the correct nomenclature.
Recoil spring guide assembly. You have your barrel, slide assembly, magazine, and receiver.
Time will stop when the candidate returns to the standing position with all parts of the weapon on the flat surface. Assemble and perform a functions check. Candidate will start from the last position in the previous task. Step 1. Assemble the weapon.
Alright, so working backwards, go ahead and grab your slide assembly, insert the barrel, grab your recoil spring guide assembly, insert it like so, grab your receiver, ensure you bring it all the way back in, lock it in place, push it forward, and then release it.
Perform a functions check. Insert an empty magazine into the magazine well. Ensure that the magazine catch engages and locks the magazine in place. Grasp slide and pull completely to the rear until slide catch lever locks slide open. Press the magazine catch and magazine will fall free from the pistol. Pull back and release the slide. Push up on the manual safety lever to engage the safety. Press the trigger to the rear. Striker should not be released. Push down on the manual safety lever to disengage the safety. Press trigger and hold to the rear. Striker should be released and an audible click should be heard. While holding the trigger to the rear, pull the slide completely to the rear and release the slide. Release the trigger. A light audible click should be heard and felt as the striker resets. Press the trigger. The striker should release and you should hear a loud audible click. Place the weapon on the flat surface. Again, that concludes the M17. You are a go at this time. Candidate, your task is to clear, disassemble, assemble, and perform a functions check on an M500 series shotgun. Condition: you are a member of a team that's just returned from a mission and you have been directed to conduct maintenance on your shotgun. Standard: correctly clear and disassemble the M500 series shotgun, matching the parts with the correct nomenclature labels within 1 minute. Correctly assemble and perform a functions check on the M500 series shotgun within 2 minutes. Clear and perform a functions check will be performed in sequence. Candidate, do you have any questions? Step 1. Clear the weapon. Point the weapon in a safe direction. Ensure the weapon is on safe, fully to the rear. Depress the action lock lever and open the action by sliding the forearm fully rearward. Observe the chamber, visually checking for ammunition, ensuring the magazine plug is visible. Disassemble the weapon into the following components, ensuring all parts are on the correct nomenclature labels.
Alright, so immediately after clearing your shotgun, you're going to go straight into disassembly. Start off with the barrel assembly. Next is the trigger housing retainer pin. Followed by your trigger mechanism. Then you have your cartridge stop, which is the smooth one, and your cartridge interrupter, which has the little nipple on it. After that, you're going to bring your bolt slide out, followed by your bolt, push it forward and out, and pull your fore-end assembly off. The last component is your elevator. Squeeze it together, pops right out, and then your receiver assembly. They are now in the correct nomenclature.
And then that concludes the clear and disassemble portion. We will now move on to the assemble and perform functions check. Candidate will start from the last position of the previous task. Step 1, assemble the weapon, ensuring it is on safe.
So go ahead and grab your receiver assembly, turn it upside down, and just work backwards. Starting with my elevator, ensuring that they go at the bottom hole and it clicks in. Next will be my bolt. After that, I'm going to put my fore-end assembly on. Following that will be my bolt slide. After that, I'm going to grab my cartridge interrupter, place it on the left side. Once I've done that, I will place my cartridge stop on the other. Then your trigger mechanism. Grab your trigger housing retainer pin, place it in there, and then make sure that your action is halfway open so you can insert your barrel assembly. Go ahead and screw it on. And this is how your weapon will look going into the functions check.
Perform a functions check. Close the action fully. The action lock should be fully down. Pull the trigger. The hammer should not fall. Move the safety forward to the fire position. Pull the trigger. Hammer should fall and the lock lever should be fully up. Hold the trigger to the rear. Recork the weapon by moving the forearm fully to the rear, then forward. Pull the trigger. Hammer should fall and the lock lever should be fully up. Release trigger and recock the weapon. The hammer should not fall. Move the safety rearward to the safe position. Time will stop when the candidate returns to the standing position with the weapon on a flat surface. And that concludes Whiskey 2, the M17 pistol, and the M500 shotgun.